Alright, so for this video, I'm gonna be ranking all the Clash Royale cards. I won't do heroes or evos, but this is November 2025 update. This is the most recent one. Um, so there are S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier, and F tier. And I'm gonna start off this with skeletons. I personally think they're better than Ice Spirit in both in just the regular form in comparison to the Evo form. I think the Evo skeletons are worse than the Evo Ice Spirit, but I think regular skeletons are S tier, all like easily. Bomber, if I'm just going like no Evo, he does survive a log that does put him pretty well, but I think he's a B tier troop just because he's not up there with Dark Goblin or Princess. So I have to go with B here. Goblins, I think they're also a B. I think they do have their place in mortar decks. In mortar, drill sometimes, minor poison decks. So I think they're B tier. I think they're up there with minor. I mean with the I forget his name. With him though, there's some B tier with the skeleton. All right. Spear goblins. I think they're also B. Like they're in that area where they're B here. Like they don't shine, but they're definitely not worse. Like they're not worse. They're not like horrible, but they're not better than the goblins or the I forget his name. I already said it. Okay. Zap. We're doing non-form, nothing. I think it's one of the lesser spells. I would say it's a C tier. Because the predictions you can do with it aren't really that huge. And there's log, there's arrows, it gives more value. There's other bigger spells. It's probably a C tier in my opinion. Knight, I think it's an S tier. It does literally everything. It can defend almost all the cards, and it honestly, it can fit in any deck. You can run it in literally Goblin Barrel, in Goblin Date, Mortar, Graveyard, Xbow, sometimes even Bridge Spam, depending on if you want Ice Golem or him. I think it's a pretty good card. I think he goes S tier, just because you can trust him. Archers, regular form? Regular form? Like no Evo? Okay, if they're... I don't know. I would think they're a B tier, but I think I might have to move down Spear Goblins here. You know what? I'll put it in... I think I'll put it in B tier as well. I think I'll put it in B tier, but maybe in front of this. And I think I might move Goblins down. I think I might move Goblins here just because they can get taken out by Zap. I think they go below Zap. Honestly, yeah, below Zap. Minions, they did get that hit speed buff where they move faster. They do counter most of the cards. Like they counter all the cards here. I think they're B tier. I think they're the better ones, but that's just because they cost more elixir. So yeah, B tier for them. Arrows. For 3 elixir, you get literally a mini. You get a log that covers a larger radius for 3 elixir, and it can defend a lot of things. It can go for air. Arrows. I think I'll put it in. I think B tier. I think B tier's fair. Cannon, regular form. Ooh, I think it's a C tier. I think it's worse than the Tesla. I think it's worse than the Mortar. I don't think it's that good. I would personally put it as a C tier. But it does have the kiting capability. Regular form, it's not that good, though. B tier, C tier. Is it worse than those cards? But I would not say it's worse than those cards, than the Larry and Archers and Minion Horde and the Minions. So I think I would put them B. Hold up. Let me actually put it B here. Let me put it above those cards. I think B's fair. Tesla, I think it goes A tier just because it can go underground, but it does get hit by Earthquake. But it does have the fact that it can avoid Earthquake if it's placed at bridge. I think this might be the first A tier building. Mortar has a win condition. It gets distracted. I actually don't think it's better than the cannon. I would probably put it. I would. Because it gets distracted. It's a good pressure. It gets distracted by a lot. I think it's fine. I think it's fine there. Barbarians are horrible cards. Like their Evo isn't even used. They do have more defense. I think C tier. I think C tier is fair, but they're definitely below Spear Goblins and Goblins. Minion Horde. I think they're. I think this might be D tier for both of them. Like, I might move this down here. You know what? I'll move it down. I think Barbarians are better than Minion Horde though, just because they can survive arrows, but they cannot survive Fireball. Tombstone. Dude, I think Tombstone is better than Mortar and maybe Cannon. Tombstone can kite. It can also spawn troops to counter a prince. It can do a lot. And that's why it's used on Lava Hound for decks where it doesn't have ground. And I think just for that, I think it's better than those cards without, taking into consideration their Evos. So honestly, I'll put it above Cannon. I could put Archers, but I don't know. I like Cannon there. Musketeer, A tier card. A tier card. It gets so much value. It survives a fireball. I think it's a solid A tier. I don't think it's in front of the Tesla just because it can't kite. Valkyrie, on the other hand, I think Valkyrie. It's definitely not better than a Knight. I think it's a pretty good card. I don't use it a lot though. It is good for lower arenas, but once you get higher, you don't really see it unless it's in its Evo form. I would say A tier. I would say just it's an A tier. Hog Rider as a win condition will always get a hit. I think it's an A tier win condition, just because it will always get a hit, and it has so much and it just does so much damage. Probably A tier there. Mini P.E.K.K.A. He's a decent card, not the best. Probably B tier. I would say B tier at like higher arenas. Oh, my bad. Let me put him. I don't think he's better than those. Fireball. Fireball, I think, is the perfect spell. Fireball literally does like a lot of damage. Ooh. Fireball might be S tier. I think Fireball's S tier. It's easy to use. It's easy to use. I think it's a pretty good card. Bomb Tower. Oh. Bomb Tower's pretty mid. I think it's a B. I think it's worse than all of these here. It's for 4 elixir. It does a worse job at all of these cards. Like literally. Ooh, Goblin Hunt after their buff is wild. I think it's an A tier. I think it literally does better than any other tower here. In its regular form, I think it's better than Tesla. I will be real. I think it goes above Tesla. It just does a great job. Giant, win condition by itself, like just by itself, what we're saying. I guess you could run it in a deck, like Giant Graveyard. Probably B tier. Probably C tier win condition, because you can't really use it a lot in Giant Spark. Like you can only use it in Giant Sparky, Giant Graveyard, and beginner decks. Besides that, you can't really do it. Will it be better than these for the price? No. Wizard. Wizard is a D tier card. I think Wizard is horrible. I actually think it's horrible. Okay. It's 5 elixir. It literally does the same as a Musketeer, just splash damage, and it really doesn't do much. Like, its damage it does isn't really good, and it's so expensive. Inferno Tower is a W win condition. I mean, a W fucking building. I think. Oh, you know what? I might move Bomb Tower down. I think Inferno Tower is B tier. Dude, Inferno Tower in lower arenas is perfect. It literally takes down like anything, tanky, all that. Oh, I might just swap these positions. I think Inferno Tower is better than the Mortar. And then because Inferno Tower has been in log bait decks, because it's really good. Rocket by itself, C tier. I think it's C tier because it's easy to miss, and for 6 elixir, if you use it wrong, it can backfire pretty bad. Elixir Collector. Elixir Collector sucks. Like, it actually does. So I don't know if I actually want to use it. Like, if I'm being real, like, it kind of just sucks. Like, it doesn't do anything. Like, you can only really use it in a couple of decks, but it's very matchup dependent. If you go against Earthquake, yeah, you're fucked. But Pump Bow is a really good deck to use it in, but I hate it, and I think it's worse. I think it's worse than all of these cards here. Even though it can get you Elixir, I think these cards do more for you. Barbarian Hat. Oh, okay. I'm gonna real with you. This is literally known as one of the worst buildings, and from my personal use, it's not even good in draft. Like, that's how bad it is. Like, it goes after you. Like, you cannot use it in draft. It's 7 elixir, but you place it down. They literally just have to go into it like a splash troop into it, and right, it's draft. If you go up against a Mega Knight, Wizard, Witch, anything, you're like screwed with it. And then Mirror sucks. It's literally only good when there's a broken card in the meta. Like, I remember the Furnace, Goblin Machine, bro. Goblin Machine on release with it was broken, but yeah. Mirror's a shit card. I think it's worse than Barbarian Hunt. Rage is actually a pretty decent spell. I think it's C tier. Even after the nerfs that it has gotten about its damage and everything. Skeleton Army? Oh. I think Skeleton Army is worse than Barbarians, Minion Horde, all those. Although it's cheaper, it's worse. Like, they die to zap. I think it's also an F tier. But I think it's better than this for the price. I think it's up on the top of F tier just because of that. Just because it's cheaper and all that. Goblin Barrel as a win condition without its Evo is a pretty good win condition. It's log, you have to worry about arrows, but still, if you play a Trick Barrel on a Barbarian Barrel user, you'll catch them off guard. From experience, honestly. But I don't know if it's A tier material. A tier material. Like, speaking from somebody who faces it, I think it's B tier. I think it might be B tier. Baby Dragon. Okay, Baby Dragon by itself is such a good card to use in mid ladder, lower ladder, or high ladder. Dude, honestly, it's an A tier card. I think it's an A tier card, and its Evo even made it better. It survives a fireball. It can literally it can defend you pretty well. Freeze. Freeze is match dependent. I would say D tier. But I think it's better than those. I'd say it's on the bottom of on the top of D tier. Witch by itself, if I'm being real, Witch by itself is probably C tier. Oh, my bad. C tier. I think it's below Rage. I think Witch by itself, it's below Rage because it's a support shoe, but Rage just does such a better job. Prince, yo, before the nerf, it was broken. But I'm glad they nerfed it. But it's still not but it's still not a bad card. It's really good. So maybe I think it sits here just above Baby Dragon because it has really good offense capabilities. Balloon, I don't know, bro. Balloon, Minor Loon. You can use it with Minor Loon, Balloon, Lumberloon. B tier. I don't think you can really say much about it. I think it'll get the bomb damage compared to all these cards. It'll get damage guaranteed. I think that bumps it up to high B tier. I don't think it's A tier though, because all of these cards here counter Balloon, except for Hog Rider and Prince. But all those cards, they're counter Balloon except for Valkyrie, yeah, too. But the cards in B tier cannot counter it without getting a bomb hit. So that's also kind of good there. Skeleton Giant, I think it sits in the Witch area, like Clone, all that area. Clone is gonna go at the bottom. Lightning as a spell, I think it's really good. I would put it in high C tier. I would put it above Zap, just because of the fact that it can destroy a bit like most buildings in the game. It's pretty good. Xbow as a win condition by itself. I think the damage it does is broken, so I think B tier. P.E.K.K.A by itself, like no Evo, no nothing. C tier. Better than the goblins. It kills all of these. It kills and survives all of these. But these cards would these cards would be difficult. And I think that's also how I'm ranking it. Golem. Golem's a pretty good card. Like sure it could be the argument of no skill, but bro, you gotta play a little smart there, and then sneaky golem, bro. Like in the pocket, sneaky golem. I think it might be. I think I could maybe put it better than giant. I think it's C tier though. I think C tier better than giant, but better than giant. Royal giant, bro. B tier. Maybe wait, maybe A tier. Maybe A tier win condition, because it has pretty good range. You can support it pretty well. You can log usually. I would think it's A tier. I know people would say otherwise, but I've used Royal Giant, and its Evo and or non-Evo form, it's pretty good. Like it will most likely get at least one hit. When all of these here may not, like all these in B tier, all of these in C tier may probably not get a hit. Oh yeah, Three Musketeers after the nerf. I mean after the buff, bro. God damn. I haven't won against them, so I would say they're A tier. I would really say they're A tier, and I would push them above the Royal Giant. Dark Prince, A tier. Actually, no. B tier? Okay. I think Dark Prince is B tier just because of the fact that it can never seem to get a charge. Like, you see Prince always get a charge. Dark Prince will never get a charge. I think it's higher than all those cards there, but I don't think it's better than Cannon, Balloon, or Tombstone for that reason. Because Balloon, it will get death damage. Cannon can defend Dark Prince, and Tombstone can also defend Dark Prince, so. Poison, A tier. I think Poison's pretty good. I think it's a really good card. Poison, like, you can chip away the towers, and then you can also sometimes get lucky on offense, whether using drill, graveyard, anything that goes to the tower. Like, anything that's at the tower directly. It's pretty good with it. Princess, I don't really use Princess, but bro, when like others use it, and from my personal perspective, from my personal use of using the Princess, I think it's a skilled card, and once you master it, I think for the price though, like once you master it, it's a really good card, like you can't doubt that, but the issue with that is that it dies to everything and anything. So A tier and not S tier. I think it's an S tier, I mean I think it's an A tier card, but not S tier. Ice Wizard, as somebody who uses it, will never disappoint. I personally think it's S tier and should get a nerf. I think, as like I've been using it for a while, bro, it will always defend everything. It will literally defend everything. And the Princess can do that, but bro, it's like the Ice Wizard slows it down. Fire Spirit literally does the damage of a fireball. I think it's a B tier spirit. I think it's a B tier spirit. It does $300. I mean, what? It does 300 damage on the tower. Furnace? Ooh, after all the nerfs? I can say I've never lost to a Furnace user. Like, after the nerfs. C tier? I think it's better than Wizard, maybe. Because it spawns the Fire Spirit. I think it's worse than all these in C tier. Guards? Guards are amazing defense. Guards are amazing on defense on any of these cards. Literally any of those cards you see in A tier or B tier, guards can do pretty well. Like, it'll do pretty well against it. I think for that, you can put it at, I would argue that they're A tier. Because at B tier, we have like minions, archers, bomber. Guards are really good. And I think like, I personally have used them like in my Xbow deck. Loved it. Miner? Yo, this might be controversial, bro. Miner's S tier. Miner will always get damage. You can use it on defense. You like a strat is if you wanna kite something, you just play it on, like, say if it's a flying machine or like an air card like skeleton dragons or any dragon, you just place it on the side that is opposite and it'll follow it. But tower damage, it's pretty decent. I would say it's a really good card. Sparky, D tier. Better than this for sure though. But better than that, but I don't think it's better than Freeze. Because Freeze can work magic with all these cards up in C tier. Like magic. Lava Hound, tank by itself, C tier. I think we're getting to that position, like that time where we're starting to see all the win conditions. And I think Lava Hound's pretty decent. But it's definitely not the best win condition. And not like even, I wouldn't even argue it's like a alright win, like alright. Because without support troops, it's literally nothing. While Giant, Golem can do some pretty hefty work. All those. Ice Spirit, A tier. Yo. Like, should I put A tier? Because I personally believe it's A tier. No, but you're right. Yeah. Because it does follow the job. Like it does do the job of every card I have an A tier, but it does it worse. That I'll put it in S. Like in S tier, I have the cards that are similar to it, but I think it does it the worst out of any S tier card. But for the price, I mean, it's one elixir. You can't really argue against that. Yeah. Bowler, B tier. Bowler's defense is crazy, bro. I think it's better than literally. I would argue it's better than this. I will put it all the way up here in B tier. It's beautiful. Log, even after the nerfs, S tier. Even after all the nerfs, bro, it needs a buff. It's such a good card, but it's not broken. I swear, I'm never complaining when I'm going up against Log. I don't know who's complaining about Log, but when it gets the nerf, it's like when it gets the nerfs, it's not that smart. I don't know. Lumberjack, regular, B tier. The damage it puts out, I would not put it up here. I would not put it above these. Maybe Xbow. I'll put it above Xbow. But I don't think it's better than any of those cards up there. You know what? I might move... Okay. I might move Bowler up here. I think Bowler does a better job than all those. So. Ice Golem? Pretty fucking good card. S tier. S tier. Dude, like, all these cycle cards are so good. Like, Ice Golem, I remember I did use it for a bit. Bro, you can use it on defense against bats, any swarms. Literally, it's a goated tank. It'll kite anything. So that's here. Ooh, but how good is it? Oh, yeah, Log, my bad. I need to rearrange Log. Log is better than the Fireball. Ice Golem. Better than the Miner. Better than the Miner. Ice Golem's pretty good. Maybe? No. We're putting that back. Mega Minion, B tier. I'm not complaining when I go up against Mega Minion. I'm not struggling against it, but bro, when it gets hits, it gets hits. Like, it does pretty good job. Inferno Dragon, also B tier. I think it also is in that position where, like, it's not the greatest flying, like, attacking troop, but it's also not the worst. Like, its Evo even shows it. It's literally, it's like, it's very situational. Graveyard is A tier win condition. It's broken. I would argue it's broken than this. Put it after Valkyrie. Like, literally. Graveyard, as someone who uses it, bro, it's literally broken. Like, you will always get at least one hit from it. Like, you can at least prevent damage from a Hog Rider or a Royal Giant sometimes. Bro, Graveyard will always get one hit. Like, it's that broken. Elite Barbarians. Dude. Elite Barbarians. Oh, man, that is not so. That, I did not want to put that there. Elite Barbarians are worse than those cards. I would argue that. Tornado, the nerfs ruined it. I think, personally, it's a very high skill card, but I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's going to be up to here with all of these in A tier or S tier, B tier. But how far do I put it? I think that's perfect. Clone, F tier, bro. I've never used Clone. I've never used Clone in an actual deck, so that sucks. Okay, Electro Wizard, holy does it get value, dude. All right, Electro Wizard does a great job. A B tier, better than these. Hold on, let me move it up. Better than Lumberjack, But is it better than any of those cards that are up here? No. It gets countered by things because it can only stun 2 things at once. So if you do a swarm in comparison to all those other cards up here, it's mid. Goblin Gang is a better version of any like swarm there is. I think it's a great card. Personally, I don't think it's better than guards, but it's definitely one of the best swarm cards. So for that, I think it goes B tier, and it goes all the way up here in B tier. It goes higher. You know what? For the value, I think it goes higher than Archers. In my opinion, for personal use and from seeing it, people that use it. Dark Goblin, you put that card down, it will always get value. A tier. I think it's a pretty good card, and I don't think I can ever have an issue with it. Just because, bro, when I used to use it with Pekka Bridge Spam or just any like bait deck, bro, I don't think it's better than Princess. Like, both of them died to log, arrows, everything. But its Evo would be definitely better than Princess. But without Evo, I think it's an A tier. But an Evo would be S tier. It's definitely not better than guards. You know what? I'll put them above guards, actually. Never mind. Battle Ram? It's a pretty decent win condition. In lower arenas, everybody. I even recommend it to people I know. Go Battle Ram as your win condition. It's easy to max out. It's a rare. It's it's definitely not greater to Expo when it's actually put in skill, but I think it's better than these as like cards because bro, I feel like right, it's like it's hard to get a Battle Ram connection, but once you do, it's like actually crazy. Executioner is a C tier. No, you know what? I'll put it B tier. Actually, never mind. I changed my mind. I was gonna put it high C tier, but I think B tier. But it's not a good card to the point where I'd put it above any of these cards. But its Evo would be better. Bats, better skeletons, better B tier. You know what? Yeah, I'll put it B tier. I will put it B tier. Heal Spirit, get the shit out of my face. Actually, what the hell? F tier. F tier. It's not worth anything. I've never used it. Like, and in draft, I hated it. Sucks. Bandit, pretty decent card. Could I put it A tier? No, there's definitely better cards. I'll put it B tier though. I'll put it B tier. I'll put some respect on its name. It's a pretty good card. Night Witch. Night Witch is a shit card. D tier. D tier. You cannot get value out of it. Skeleton Barrel by itself. C tier. Will it get damage? Yes. But the damage, is it worth it? No. With its Evo, yes it is, but by itself, no. C tier. I think it's worse than all these cards here. All these cards here are worse, are better than Skeleton Barrel. Flying Machine. I mean, I feel like I think it's A tier. Personally, Flying Machine, holy is it good. Cannon Cart after the nerf, bro. As someone who uses it, it does not feel satisfying to use anymore because it lost its shield. It lost its shield. It's definitely not up there, but I think it's a B tier. I think it's a B tier. Oh my gosh, what the fuck is this card? Yo, Mega Knight. Me personally, it's level 10 on my account. You will never catch me using this on any video, bro. If you do, it was because it was either one, I got bored and was just trying to fuck around, but there's no other way I would either use it, like ever. But I will say, it should be on C tier. I would argue C tier, but the very top of C tier. Like, we're speaking here. I will think it's not. Actually, I think it's. No, you know what? I think it beats B tier. I think it does a better job than Lightning, all those cards. Now, how far up do I put it? I don't know. Me personally, I don't think it's a good card. When, like, in draft, when I use it or anything, it sucks. I never get value. It's just me playing, like, Brain Dead. I don't know. I don't think it's a good card. But it's Evo, I would say otherwise. It's a pretty good fucking card. Zappies, C tier. Zappies almost died to arrows. Zappies, you can counter them pretty easily. I've never complained. But do I think they're better than all these cards? Hell yeah. Get that shit up there. Barbarian Barrel. Holy, even after the nerf, it sucks. Like, I'm still going to commit to it. I have to commit to it. I don't have to, but I'm still going to commit to it, bro. So, Barbarian Barrel. That's after the nerf. It's pretty shit, bro. Low B tier. I would have put it up higher. I don't think it competes. I don't think it can stand to any of these cards. But I think it could stand against all of these cards. So I'm viewing it like that. I think it's better than the Zap. But I don't think it's better than any of these cards. Hunter. Hunter is so good in RG. It does a great job. It will get value. It's so easy to pair up with any deck. A tier. A tier, but not better than any of those other cards. Royal Ghost. Royal Ghost is a B tier. Oh, I put it up on B tier, on C tier. Royal Ghost, amazing card. How far up do I put it? I would actually put it here. I think that's a pretty good position. Magic Archer after the buff. Holy, A tier. A tier. Its damage buff, I think it was like 12%, I think. It changed it. It like actually changed. Like even Mohammed Light started using it with Goblin Demolisher and Drill. So Rascals, I think, are one of the best draft cards. If you pick them in draft, you will most likely win. Because, dude, there's nothing cheap to counter them in draft. Like, actually. So, for that reason, if I'm just going based off of draft, and if I'm even seeing them in bait decks, I I will put them. I will put them in a high B tier. I actually think they're really good cards. Like, if I'm speaking like, we're speaking like here. That's how fucking good they are. Like, they're decent and they get the job done. That's for 5 elixir. It's pretty good. Snowball, I only have used the Evo Snowball. That's the issue. I don't have a direct ranking for Snowball, but I do. But I did practice all those plays with Balloon and everything when like cycling to the Evo Snowball. But it was just kind of cycling. I don't know. B tier. Oh, I keep doing that. B tier. I keep using, dude. I don't even want to see that next card. I think it's worse than Barbarian Barrel, just because it can't kill goblins, but it can counter a Goblin Barrel if left alone. Royal Recruits, bro. What the hell is this? Royal Recruits. I don't want to talk about this. Royal Recruits. No skill, bro. High B tier. Holy no skill. Easy to use. They get the job done. Highest B tier. Do I think they're better than all these cards up here? Fuck no. I would rather any of these cards other than Royal Recruits. Royal Hogs on itself, B tier win condition. B tier win condition. I think they're pretty good. I will put them up here just because of the fact that I think they're really good, and if you split them, they can do pretty good damage, and mixed with other cards, they do great. Goblin Giant by itself, C tier. I personally have tried and I use it in my decks for duel in Clan Wars. I personally do not like using it. It never gets a hit. It gets countered by so many things. It's low on damage. You can use it defensively, but it's a win condition. Electro Dragon by itself, C tier. Not a strong card. I think it's worse than all these cards here. All these cards. Ram Rider, B tier. It will most likely get a charge. It hits its snare, although damaged, although nerfed, it does some pretty good damage. I will say that. Wall breakers by themselves, cycling them at bridge is a B tier play. Oh, my bad. Wait. Yeah. Let me think. I think wall breakers for that price can actually go B tier as a win condition. They're pretty good. But would I choose them over these? No. I think their Evo is I think their Evo carries them, and besides that, I don't think they're really good cards by themselves, as you can literally counter them with a lot of things. So it goes there. Earthquake, I would probably argue Earthquake is a C tier. Ooh, C tier. And how high we're putting this? Witch. I'll put it up to Witch. I think it's better than the Witch. I think it's better than Giant Skeleton. Because a lot of buildings are in the meta, and it can also defend Graveyard. It can also be used defensively. I think it's a pretty good spell, but not the best. Goblin Cage? I think Goblin Cage is personally, like, by itself, like, no Evo. I think it's B tier. Like, a low B tier. If it had its Evo, I'd probably put it high tier. But besides that. Fisherman? Takes skill. It can get king activations. A tier. A tier. You know what? I'll put A tier just because it has its place with the hunter. Now, I should probably move Magic Archer a little bit higher now that I realized it. I think he's better than the Princess. I think he's better than all those cards. Elixir Golem by itself. Like, nothing. Like, we're speaking like, it sucks. I think it sucks. And then cloning, it would be stupid. I think it's G tier, though. I think it's still better than all these because it demands more of a response than these. So, Battle Healer. Battle Healer is so annoying to deal with. I think it's go high on C tier. Like, we're speaking probably, like, dude, it's used in Golem decks. It's used in so much. I think it's better than the Giant. I don't think it's better than the Golem. Firecracker? By herself. I don't use Firecracker. She's like level 11 on mine. I mean, I think level 10. I don't know. For 3 elixirs, she can survive log. But she can activate King Tower. But she does get damage. I'll put her A tier. just because I know people use her for Hoggy Q. I think it used to be used in E Giant from what I remember. It's pretty good. Royal Delivery, it's a B tier. It's a honestly, never mind. It's an A tier spell. Royal Delivery will defend. It does a great job at defending. Skeleton Dragons are Skeleton Dragons are pretty ass. C tier. I think they're worse than all these cards. Electro Spirit, even after the nerf, dude, I'm so sad about that because, dude, they had never gotten nerfed. Literally, they came out in 2020. I think August. They had never been nerfed, and then they nerfed them just recently because the pros were complaining about it. I think that's dumb, but I would say it was at the time. It was at the time, and I think it is an A tier spirit. I think it does a good job at like being used in decks, so I think it's a Electro Giant. I don't know. Electro Giant with Tornado combo? B tier. Now, how far up do I put it? Honestly, I think that's a perfect place. Mother Witch? B tier. Really good against Swarm. It can counter a lot of decks. It will struggle in other things, but besides that, it's pretty good. Drill? Drill's a pretty good win condition. I would put it A tier. I think it's better than Mortar. Just because it has its spawn damage. It will get damage by a goblin if you like use like a snowball, which is most likely used with it. I think it's pretty good win condition. So I think it sits right there. I think it is better than Ice Spirit, Electro Spirit, but not better than Royal Delivery or any of those cards. Golden Knight, bro. Golden Knight seems to always get a fucking hit. As a champion, I think it's. I think if we're being strict on the thingy, like on my, like I'm being strict on my judgment here, and dude, and I'm looking at all those cards. Golden Knight is such a better alternative to many of these defensive cards. As someone who doesn't use Golden Knight but faces it, I think it's S tier. I think it's the best champion out of all the champions. I think Archer Queen is A tier. I don't think she's S tier. Now, how far 8 tier? All the way up here. Higher than Flying Machine. Skeleton King. He's a pretty mid guy. Used in decks like Bait, Mortar, all that. I think it's a pretty decent card. Mighty Miner, A tier. Mighty Miner, A tier champion. You kind of see the formation with Hog Rider, Firecracker here in my ranking. Phoenix is a shit card. Phoenix is D tier. Never seen the Phoenix hit my tower. Never seen a Phoenix egg respawn even after the nerfs. Monk is a B tier champion. I think Monk is B tier. Yeah, I'll keep it in B tier. I think it's a B tier champion. Little Prince takes skill. Little Prince needs a buff. I think with perfect skill, like you're playing Muhammad light level and me, like not like me, obviously. I'm just saying like I wish I had that same skill. A tier. Not better than Mighty Miner. But it's pretty good. Void Spell. Void Spell sucks. Void Spell's F tier. How bad is it? You know what? Heal Spirit can go here. Void is better than this. Yeah, fair. Goblin Demolisher. Oh my god, even after the buffs, bro, it's so good. Like the buffs actually made it such a good card. A tier. A tier. A tier, yeah. Goblin Curse. How do I feel about Goblin Curse? Goblin Curse Rage. It's situational. C tier. I'll put it C tier. I think a couple of cards got deleted. No, they didn't. Okay. C tier. Goblin Machine, bro. I don't see it. I don't see it going anywhere other than there. Suspicious Bush is B tier, bro. Suspicious Bush is B tier. I hate going up against it because it will always get a hit. Goblin Stein on defense. Dude, I think I lose to it a lot. And then I haven't seen Goblin Stein Balloon in a while. Maybe B tier. I'll put it all the way up here. I'll put Goblin Stein up here just because I lose to it a lot. Like, I'm speaking here. I think it's better than all those cards there. Balloon. I think I might drop Balloon down to behind the bowler. I think that's fair now that I realize it. Rune Giant, bro. I don't know when you could ever use her. F tier. I think she's above the Void Spell, though. I think she's above the Void Spell, I'm being real. Berserker, dude, even after the nerf, she's still a decent card. A tier. A tier. Boss Bandit, broken. I would say Boss Bandit's an S tier. Boss Bandit's S tier, bro. Like, she's really good. Like, she's broken. Spirit Empress, 3 elixir form. She's like a C tier. 3 elixir form. 6 elixir form. Fucking B tier. After the nerfs, still a decent card. Higher than all this. I would put it higher than that. Wait, oh, okay, it's separate. It's separate, huge. Okay, I'm going to just place it. Okay, she can go here. She can go here. I actually want to see her there. Her other form? Yeah, put that shit C tier. Worse than all this. Worse than all this. Worse than that. Vines? I see it a lot in the meta, though. I've never used it like that, so I'm going to just say B tier. I don't really care if anyone said anything about it. I think that's an alright place to put it. I think I would put it here. And that was the last card. If y'all ever want to see me do more of this, like, I will do it. You just have to, like, you guys just have to put anything in the comments section, like Evos, ranking tower troops. Look, we got Evos, heroes, I guess. Oh, not heroes. Anyways, though, this is the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. I will just show a quick, I'll just show the final. So S tier, we got all these cards. A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier, and F tier. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and if you have any concerns about this, let me know in the comments, and I will actually refute it with a reasonable argument, because right here I couldn't really express it, because it couldn't really come to mind having to rush this all. But thank you guys for watching, and I really hope you guys enjoyed.